say that we need a complete overhaul of the grid system, or would you say that a proper maintenance is what we need at the moment?
Thank you very much. The government embarked on the power sector reform, I think, by the government of General Olusegun Obasanjo, I think in 2001 or 2002. And the objective of the power sector reform is to ensure that there's sustainable investment into the power sector, meaning government investment in the power sector has not been sustainable in the past. Therefore, government wanted private sector intervention into the power sector. That was what informed the power sector reform. Unfortunately, today we are about 13 or 14 years after, and yet government is still the biggest investor in the power sector. So that tells something. It means that the reform is not working or has not worked the way it's supposed to be. Now, as part of the reform, the Transmission Company of Nigeria was supposed to be the only sector among the three subsectors, meaning generation and distribution and transmission, that is held by government. And this has history. It's not only Nigeria. In all over the world, there are key countries that are similar to Nigeria. Their transmission are actually still held by government. If you look at South Africa, despite all the reform they did, or India, despite all the reform they did, or Egypt, even Cote d'Ivoire, countries that are similar to Nigeria, all these countries, their transmission are actually 100% owned by government. Even India, that has more than 350 gigawatts of power generated and transmitted, is still 100% owned by government. So the decision to keep transmission under government is not wrong. But, there has to be policy that will ensure that there is consistent and reliable investment into the transmission network, just like the other sector that are supposed to attract investment from private sector. Unfortunately, this is not happening. And we need to do everything we can to ensure that whatever policy we are going to do, we should do the policy that will ginger private sector investment into distribution and generation, and also government investment into transmission. I remember when I came in as MD Transmission Company of Nigeria in 2017, we came up with the Transmission Rehabilitation Expansion Program, where we attracted $1.661 billion. Now, this kind of investment is supposed to be coming sustainably and also properly managed. Just like you said in the last discussion on CBN, say we create regulation and we don't follow through. This is exactly what happened in the power sector. We didn't implement the transmission reform or the power sector reform properly.
Okay.